please tell me about what your job is like?
So I'm a DJ here at 1Xtra, so that means I'm one of the people that plays the music, I talk on the microphone, and my job is essentially to entertain people like you. When I was your age and my parents had the radio on in the car, I just thought, I didn't know what I thought. I just thought it was a magical thing with this person talking and music coming out. I didn't know it was a job.
How old were you when you first started DJing?
Well, when I first started DJing, I was about 13 years old. I managed to buy myself a pair of decks, which is what you use to DJ on. And I just used to do that in my bedroom, in my parents' house. I just decided, you know, this looks really, really fun and I want to do it. You get to play music and have party in your bedroom by yourself sometimes, so I just thought this is great.
You're listening to The Maya Show on Radio 1Xtra. What's the most challenging thing about your job?
Probably having to think about stuff that I can talk about every time I'm on the radio, which sounds quite easy, but actually when you're on the radio for 3 hours, you can't just come on and, you know, have nothing to say, because everyone will be like, well, what's going on? You know, you're not talking. So you need to think about things that you want to speak about and also make sure they're entertaining, because at the end of the day, for people like yourself at home listening, you want to be entertained. And also, when you have to wake up early, that's always challenging. So Maya, let's do some DJing. So these three are for the music. These two are for if we get people on the phone, and these ones do the sound effects. When a DJ is on the radio, you know, sometimes they play, it's called a jingle. So it's like, it's something that says the DJ's name.
Yeah.
So just press this one.
Nick Bright.
1Xtra.
Do you ever press the wrong buttons?
Never. I never press the wrong button. No, I always do. But you know what I do, Maya? I make a joke out of it. But, you know, nobody knows at home.
How did you get the job to become a DJ?
When I went to university, I studied radio production. I used to listen to 1Xtra all the time. All I wanted to do was get a job here. So when I was at university, I was just applying for jobs to work here. And a lot of the time I got denied. You know, people said, oh, you don't have enough experience, you're not ready for this job. But I just kept trying and trying and trying. And eventually I got an interview. From there, I never really left. So this was before I had my own show. I used to work on other DJ shows, producing. So that's kind of working in the background, making sure that the DJ has got everything they need. One of the presenters here used to talk to me on the microphone, so I would pop up on his show. The bosses liked how it sounded, and then eventually they asked me to do my own show here.
Do you do a lot of teamwork in your job?
Teamwork is so important in this job. We're just one part of it, and we're the part that you hear, but actually behind the scenes there's a team who pick all of the music. There's the producer who's in charge of everything that happens in this studio. So when I'm on air talking, I'm not in charge. The producer is like the boss. And then underneath the producer, there's an assistant producer whose job it is to make sure the producer's okay. And then underneath the assistant producer, we've got what's known as a team assistant. And then underneath them, there's people that work in the office, whether it's to make sure the broadcast desks don't break or the equipment's working fine. You know, if there's so many people who are integral, they're all part of making a radio show happen. It's not just me. My question for you is, what do you like at school?
I would do English for the rest of my life because you can just let your imagination run wild.
Well, English is really important for doing a job like what I do, because I have to speak to people, even if they're not actually there in front of me.
Which skills do you use in your job?
I would say the ability to think fast, because if we're playing a song and then the song's only got 10 seconds left, you need to be like, right, well, I've only got 10 seconds, so I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you need to be good at communicating. So that's talking to people, not only your listeners, but also your producer. So your producer might say to you, oh, in 2 minutes, I need you to do this. So you need to be good at having that communication with your producer. And then I would say, which not a lot of people realise, maths skills are really important, because when we're playing a song and then in 5 minutes we have to do the news, well, you have to work out that you've got 2 minutes left of this song, which means I've got 3 minutes to play with. So am I going to play another song, or am I going to like talk for 30 seconds and then play a different song? So you need to kind of be doing maths all the time, which is sometimes quite tricky. Also, the ability to multitask, and that's do more than one thing at once, like a juggler.
What top tips would you give to become a DJ?
You could buy equipment and DJ in your room, but that's not a job, that's just you doing it for fun. And it's really, really competitive. So what I mean by that is there's so many people who are trying to do this job because it's really fun. It's something that many people out there would love to do. The biggest tip that I give to anyone who's trying to become a DJ is you need to persevere. So what that means is you get told no, it means no, not right now. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try again. And probably the same for you with certain things that you do at school. You do it the first time and it's not right, but then you just go, oh, you know what? Didn't work that time. I'm gonna try again. And eventually, if you work hard enough, you can get to where you wanna get to.